Voyage of the Amethyst Castle. Today at the Professor Blue Review, we'd like to introduce you to pro writer Thom Reese and his new book, Voyage of the Amethyst Castle. Hey, this is his 12th novel, and it's very similar to maybe Harry Potter or Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, or maybe even a little Monty Python. Enjoy the adventure. Hello, this is the Professor Blue Review, and of course, we're always promoting music in schools because we have the Professor Blue Music, also 24/7 music. And, we are here always, hey, promoting songwriters, writers, uh, educators, videographers, any creators. If we like what you're doing, we'll promote it. And today we're promoting, hey, we're not really promoting, we're introducing you to Thom Reese, a novel writer. I mean, he's already written 12 novels, and we're going to talk to him today about his latest novel. It's called The Voice of the Amethyst Castle. Thom, welcome. And I want you to be the first one just to say, hey, what this book is about and why it's different than your other 12 novels. Welcome to the Professor Blue Review.
Thank you, Doug. Thanks so much. And I really appreciate you having me here. Yeah, as far as the Voyage of the Amethyst Castle, uh, first it's different because this is my first young adult novel. It's a young adult fantasy,
Yeah.
humorous young adult fantasy, and most of my other work has been for an adult audience. So this is the first time I've gone in this range. And that said, this novel is fun for both adults and for young adults. So don't be afraid by the young adult title. But The Voyage of the Amethyst Castle, it's about two teenage cousins, Echo and Cheddarmelon. They discover this castle made completely of amethyst while they're on an exploration with Echo's parents. And she hears this castle calling to her, like a voice inside her head from the castle calling her. And they go to this castle and they get inside and they find it's a mystical land contained within the castle. There's strange creatures, magical beings, maybe ghosts. Nothing is as it was, nothing's like from the outside world at all. Then the castle falls into the sea and begins a voyage across the ocean, trapping the two teens inside. They soon find themselves in a race to prevent an assassination of a king and prevent a slaughter of hundreds. All the while, it's fun and whimsical and humorous while all this adventure is going on.
Wow. I mean, there it goes. Once again, Thom Reese and his characters. I mean, you've written so many novels that were really straight, different, all your characters, um, all your characters in all your novels are always different, but they're in depth. So with your new book, The Voyage of the Amethyst Castle, I mean, there's a little comedy in here. After reading it, it was kind of like it's like a crossover of Harry Potter to Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I mean, there's there's drama in your characters, but it's comedic, and it draws you in. The comedy keeps you going. I mean, how did that happen?
Well, the fun thing I had with writing this book is once I went into that fantasy realm, and as soon as my characters, Echo and Cheddarmelon, get inside the castle itself, it's an entirely different world. It's a mystical world. It's not like our world that we live in today. And that just allowed me to let my imagination run wild. So, whatever crazy thing came to my mind, if it worked in the story, I could do it because this is a different world. And it was a really fun and zany and whimsical world that I was creating as they went on. And there's lots of adventure and suspense and danger, but at the same time, there's this underlying wackiness to it that I feel just makes it fun and an enjoyable ride all the way through. So you're
Yeah.
both
Oh
laughing
yeah.
and you're
Oh
in
yeah.
suspense at the same time.
Well, absolutely. It's like the characters drew me into the comedy. I don't know how, exactly to say that. I mean, it was like a voyage across the ocean. And then all these check marks are you're laughing about. It was great. It's magical. It's very funny. It feels like Harry Potter, and it does feel like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, but I kind of got a little, um, you know, uh, what would you say, Monty Python and the Holy Grail kind of twist there.
Yeah, there's some Monty Python influence in
Oh,
there, definitely.
yeah.
There's some scenes that I'm sure were inspired and directly from Monty Python, so I won't deny that at all.
Okay.
I had fun with this one.
His new um, novel that it brings you into a new atmosphere, young adult fantasy. But hey, I've I'm over 19. You know what I'm saying? And I read it, and I didn't get that it was just for kids. It's not. It really isn't. I mean, it isn't. It's for them. It's for everyone.
Yeah, I feel it is. And thank you. Yeah, I really feel it's one of those books. If you enjoyed Harry Potter or The Hunger Games or anything like that as an adult, you'll probably enjoy this because it's one of those books that I feel, and of course I'm biased, it's my book, but honestly, it feels to me like something that if you're 13, you'll enjoy it. If you're 17, you'll enjoy it. If you're 35, 55, you'll enjoy it too. So, I'm a child at heart, and I think a lot of us are. So
Sure.
go for it.
Well, hey, Thom is one of the creators that we've dug into, and at the Professor Blue Review, we love his work, so that's why we're bringing it to you. And we've already done it before because we promoted Kathy Reese, his wife's. She's a musician in Las Vegas. Thom, hey, if you want to find Thom, he's in Las Vegas, sitting at that table, writing every day, and he's having a lot of success. I mean, 12 novels, right? I mean, including the Huntington Adventure series, which is a big series you can check into, and then the Dracula journals. I mean, and then
Yeah,
now on to this, which obviously there's going to be another book, right? I mean, you're hoping
that's
uh,
my hope.
you're
Yes.
going to
Yeah.
take the twist and do it. And then, of course, his wife Kathy, who's put out the album Ivory Towers, and then we put some videos together for her for Waterfalls and Ivory Towers, and we'll leave those links to those videos and her music, which is beautiful, beautiful piano music, and. But Thom has also ventured into the drama radio programs, 20th Century Theater, and now that you've been doing comedy,
21st century audio theater. Yes.
21st Century Audio Theater, and now that he's been
Right.
doing some comedy in the writing, he's doing stand-up. Amazing. I mean, your creativity is just gelling, and that's why we're loving you here. I mean, right now, Professor Blue Review, we're in Geneva on the lake, hey, wherever you think that might be, but we're flying all around looking for artists that we love their material. We'll promote it. But hey, the biggest thing is we promote music in schools. And Mr. Reese has been a teacher and instructor for many years, and now a great novelist. 12 novels, and his new novel, The Voyage of the Amethyst Castle. But hey, you know, this is a young adult novel, but the characterization is so deep, just like you always are. The biggest thing is Thom Reese and checking into your new novel. Of course, The Voyage of the Amethyst Castle. Thom, thanks. It has been an honor having you, on board today, and we'll see you on the next one. And maybe we'll look back at your other novels too.
Excellent. I appreciate your time. Really appreciate it, Doug. Great talking with you.
Hey, this is Doug Blue signing out. Uh, check out, right? Check out, we promote music in schools. If you're a videographer, a musician, any creator, if you got something, you can send it to us. If we like it, we'll promote it. And hey, we love Thom Reese's novels. Peace be with you. Have a good night. And thank you, Mr. Reese.
Thank you very much, Professor Blue.
Thank you. Take care of yourself. Voyage of the Amethyst Castle. Today at the Professor Blue Review, we'd like to introduce you to pro writer Thom Reese and his new book, Voyage of the Amethyst Castle. Hey, this is his 12th novel, and it's very similar to maybe Harry Potter or Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, or maybe even a little Monty Python. Enjoy the adventure.